Today is August 25th, 2026. It is 4:25 a.m. So I haven't been online that much, but each time I take a peek to see what's going on, it's just noise. And they're still talking about what is it? That Harry and Meghan the Sussex is gonna go back to the UK. So in video 2, after I finished recorded the video 1, and while in the middle of recording, I went on ChatGPT to ask if Harry and Meghan spokesperson have put out a statement, and the answer was yes. Okay, so that's the screenshot. I've shared it on my community board already, and you will see it in video 2. And also, I click on one of the articles that ChatGPT got its answer from, which is Elle magazine, and where Harry and Meghan spokesperson have stated, that Harry and Meghan will be going to the UK temporarily, okay? Not permanently, but temporarily. So I just want to share that with you. I didn't see it, or I didn't ask myself those questions when I was doing video 1, but since I'm editing, I have the proper information, I might as well include it in there. So as of now, okay, you might hear me say things, I don't remember what I said in this video, that I don't believe Harry and Meghan are going back. So I wasn't aware of it. So whenever I mention it, I'll put the screenshot of Elle magazine with the highlighting area saying about their spokesperson. Okay, so I just want to clarify that as we move forward with the recording. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording and some other things. So I shuffle through, I find some stuff. So let's go straight on X, on Twitter, to see, so I could share them with you. All right, so this is the first one. All right, so this is an old interview that Harry did. So let's start with that. The Perpetually Outraged quote, Prince Harry said he hates Britain and will never bring his family to this country, end quote. Reality, quote, I can't see a world in which I will bring my wife and children back to the UK at this point. I love my country. I always have done. Yeah, every time Harry gets a chance to boost his country, he does it. And this is not the first time he said he loved his country. When he was leaving the UK to go meet Meghan and Archie in Canada, I think during the Santa Bali speech, he said, UK is my home. That will never change.
I want you to hear the truth from me, as much as I can share, not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry, the same person that many of you have watched grow up over the last 35 years, but now with a clearer perspective. The UK is my home, and a place that I love. That will never change.
Okay, so that alone itself, he's solidified saying that he loves his country and pretty much what he said. But due to the climate of things, the way they're stirring the pot for the derangers, the crazies to come out, his safety and his family's safety are first. So he cannot just go out there and let it be, All right, so let's listen to this.
I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point. And the things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. I love my country. I always have done, despite what some people in that country have done. So I miss the UK. I miss parts of the UK. Of course I do, and I think that it's really quite sad that I won't be able to show my children, my homeland. I can't see a world.
Okay. It's playing over. Yeah, the thing about him going back to the UK is just noise. They create that which article that was talking about Guy Ritchie's thing, okay, to start the conversation, and then they pick up little keywords here and there in the article, and they create their own noise. All right, let's read some of the comments. Harry's not naive. He's not gonna risk his family life like this until they put out a statement. Then I'll believe they'll go. The Sussexes will be going to the UK. And I even said, even if Meghan were to be doing any sort of filming in the UK, there's different ways they could do it. She doesn't have to stay for weeks on or whatever. Due to the position over there, she could put in the contract. Yes, I'll do it. I'll come and film. I'll study my lines or whatnot. And I'll come for a week or a certain amount of time. And we just gonna record the parts that she has to do. Maybe put a green screen in the back and she does the thing. And if they need to re-record those parts, and she'll make adjustment. But other than that, I don't see them risking their lives to go over there. Whatever is here, this is an ad. The last one at the bottom. Alright, yes, at this point of the interview, but that won't be the understanding of willfully ignorant lot in the British media whose only means of survival is spewing hatred toward Harry and Meghan. 6 years away has taught them a lot, and they'll continue to live on their own terms. A good son like Harry have a heart to know that his dad, the king, have cancer, and after he visited him, he saw how the cancer has developed. He decided to come back to his country, and his kids getting to know their granddad. What is that? Their granddad. I hope those slagging him off will see their dads die of cancer. I don't know. I still haven't come across anything that come from Harry and Meghan's camp. Keywords at this point at Harry. Something changed. Alright, we shall see. We shall see. Alright. The same way Meghan said she will not be acting, but she also said she will never say never. But until they come out and said so themselves, or their spokesperson confirm whatever the noise is circling on social media, then I'll believe it. As of now, I don't believe it.
Got it?
Okay, next tweet. Historian. There were 8 English kings named Henry. British media. Actually, there were 9. King Henry the IX has returned. That's an image. That's a nice picture of Harry. Alright, because they all coconuts and will toe the line. That's the laugh here. Learn something new every day. The only one more of a damn wit than Harry is anyone who believes he should be king. I mean, you don't have to believe it, but if you're following and you still don't like him and you're still commenting under things that's under his friend's page, so in a way, he probably is a king for you guys, because if that wasn't a king, you should not be clicking or following or even mentioning it. The return of the king, that's the only way to explain his social impact and comment of the headlines. There's the laugh here. Alright, he does not have the bearing or charisma of a king. Can you imagine him meeting with world leaders? I mean, he's already doing that. He is meeting with world leaders. There are times they prefer him than his brother. Alright, let me pause. Alright, before I block this person, it took me a while, so I responded to it. Okay, so this person said, he does not have the bearing or charisma of a king. Can you imagine him meeting with world leaders? There's me here. I don't have to imagine. He's already meeting with world leaders. Alright, so this is a screenshot I took. I don't have it open. Alright, so it's this. And that's him doing the speech at the UN and different places. Well, this was in the UN. Alright, so this is it here. At the UN. This is a queen of... one of those African countries. Is it Lesotho or something like that? So they had a joint meeting and with World Health Organization. So these are world leaders. So let's black this. Where is it? Okay, I need to hurry. I do not want to make a hours long video. Next tweet. Okay, how fake is the grin of Kkkhate, who is very good at pretending as is her husband while they plot their next nefarious move. The tide has changed as most Brits look forward to welcoming the Sussexes back 6 years later, and the Sussexes are stronger and wiser. Wags, take note. Allegedly. Again, please comment in the comment section if there were any statement. You know what? Let me ask Google or ChatGPT. Maybe ChatGPT. They'll be more specific. Let me see. All right. So it is confirmed. This is what I asked ChatGPT. Did Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex have put out a statement of their return to the UK? Yes, but there is an important distinction. As of August 25th, 2026, which is exactly today, Prince Harry and Meghan have confirmed through their spokesperson, that's what I've been looking for, through their spokesperson, that they plan to spend an extended period in the UK this autumn with Archie and Lilibet. Okay, so now, now I could say I agree. Okay, I probably will click to see where they said. Right, spokesperson in the autumn, Archie and Lilibet, their children are expected to attend school in Britain. All right, so this is the where from Elle magazine. However, this is not being described as a permanent move back to Britain. The spokesperson said their primary home and business operation will remain in California and they will retain their US residency. Okay. Also, they are not returning as working royals. They will remain private, non-working members of the royal family. So in short, yes, the spokesperson has confirmed the UK return extended stay, but no, they haven't announced that they are permanently moving back or resume royal duties. Okay, so now, okay, I could say I agree with them. I mean, I agree with the thing that's been saying. Okay, let me pause and take a screenshot and probably, you know what, let me click on this, get the magazine where it is being said. Okay, let me pause and let me skim through it. I don't want to read everything. I will leave the link of this article in the description for you. Days after report broke last week that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will be moving back to the UK with their children, the couple's spokesperson has officially spoken out. So now I could say I agree with it. Now I believe it. Okay, spokesperson has officially spoken out about their relocation, clarifying that it won't be permanent. Sources. Okay, so the spokesperson officially, okay, so this is where I could say I agree, but sources also spoke to the Times about why the couple made the decision so last minute and where their relationship with Kate Middleton and Prince William stand. In a statement shared with the New York Times, their rep said, quote, okay, so now I could believe this. This is a quote. On the heels of the wonderful trip with family and friends this summer, Harry and Meghan have decided to spend an extended period in the UK this autumn. They are excited to have their children spend more times in the country. That's such an important part of their family story. End quote. The spokesperson confirmed that the couple's businesses will remain unchanged and based in the US. Meghan and Harry will also keep their home in Montecito, California. A source, okay, this, I don't know. If they're talking to them, why don't they just ask them directly instead of source? Okay, so I'm not going to read everything. The link of this article will be in the description. All right, so I just share it on my community board and also on IG. So the spokesperson has confirmed it, okay, officially spoken out, okay, of their relocation. However, it is temporary. All right, where I say here, it won't be permanent. So their home base is still California. Okay, so I didn't read everything. The link of this article will be in the description, or go check my community board. Back on X. Where was I? Why did I go? I took a while to do all of this. Okay, how fake is the... Okay, I think I did this. Blonde. Okay, let's just do it again. I don't know. I don't want to stop my recording to check. How fake is the grin of Kkkhate, who is very good at pretending as is her husband while they plot their next nefarious move. The tide has changed, as most Brits look forward to welcoming the Sussexes back 6 years later, and the Sussexes are stronger and wiser. Rags, take note. Okay, I think this is why I went and asked Google. Okay, because her caption was being too definitive, so I wanted to know if there was anything put out. So apparently, as of today, 2025, yes, there have been a statement from the Sussexes camp that they will be staying in the UK. We're all grand and together. Royals united, front over Harry and Meghan return. Does that mean Kkkhate hasn't been there? Yes. Blonde, does she have that wig on again? Yeah, I don't follow them, so I don't know. The squad be talking about their hair, so I don't know. Yes, LOL. Kate does have a camera. Kate does love a camera crew. Don't know why with those wrinkles. Alright, let me leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. Alright, let me pause and make sure I don't skip anything. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I was not recording. Where was I? I don't even think I read this. Alright, let's start with this. Oh my god. I must admit, I'm thoroughly enjoying this very public clipping of William's wing. That's the laugh here. William actually started believing he was invincible and flew a little too close to the sun. There's all of that. I read this already. You could pause and read it. I don't want to read it again. Then the thing wasn't really recording. Alright, let's go into that. He has been out of control for a long time. It has not helped the monarchy that he is also lazy. Alright, let's go into this. Let's pause for a second. Alright, Jeremy Vine, having the royal family without Harry is like having the Rolling Stone without Keith Richards. You gotta have him in there, because otherwise they are looking a bit denuded. The other panelists, the royal family, look broken without Harry. Well, these people really miss the star player. Is that the video I played the other day? Alright, the Princess of Wales know that William wants the best for the monarchy. However, the issue is that he and Charles have a very different views on how to do what is best for the institution. Even though she is on her husband's side, she is allegedly telling him that this cannot go on. The source added that she believes the anger William has been carrying toward Harry is now seemingly being directed at his own father. Middleton is worried that the growing rift will definitely be noticed by the public. This is not the message they want the monarchy to be sending. The source added she just wants him to step back and see the bigger picture before the damage becomes much harder to undo. Okay, this is too small. I'm not gonna read that. You could pause and read. It could be that some of the squad have said the Rasp, that guy who was working in the royal family who left, could it be because Harry did not trust him and said he has to go first before, you know, whatever the royal family agreement they made? I'm just wondering. But whatever it is, I'm not really for all of that, of him returning. Alright, next tweet. Alright, the New York Times. I think it's a screenshot. Okay. No matter what you think about Harry and Meghan, race is the proverbial elephant in the room. Roxanne gave right. Okay, I'm not gonna read the article. I'm just gonna focus on the tweet up to here. Alright, please don't believe that. I have been watching from the beginning. The UK has more mixed race marriages than any other country in the world. The people were thrilled Harry had found love. The British royal family and the monarchy were extremely happy to have a mixed race woman joining the family. Meghan wanted celebrity, which royalty is not. What? Meghan wanted celebrity. Meghan was trying to comply. There's so many things that she was being so careful with Jason Kenoff and all of that, but instead they were directing her into the wrong path. Alright, She engineered their exit. Social media has all the proof. We see it. Please do not let Meghan. What the hell? This is the power of bigotry. The monarchy has tolerated breathtaking range of despicable behavior from assorted royals, but what they could not abet is a black woman. That is true. Oh, whatever. Okay.
This woman existed. All the alarm bells rang at Buckingham Palace, and I could almost hear them saying, pull the shutters down. It's an invasion.
She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress. Those are 4 ticks. No member of the royal family, the senior members, ever thought they would see having to be ticked when it came to Harry's bride.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep. I can hear Diana laughing now.
Meghan's marrying into a family which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy track record on race. It's not Meghan Markle's problem, it's their problem.
Let me just black this. I want to respond to her, but I don't want to. I'm spending too much time on this. Alright, and it has never been subtle, never. Okay, you could pause and read. You're not see. Yeah. Oh, I do have the screenshot. I should have put it. Oh my god, I'm starting to get tired. There goes the biased opinion, because it does matter what you think of Harry and Meghan. Never forget, never forgive. Meghan was making fun of herself on that thing. Alright, let's move on. Next tweet. The curtsy. Even the queen make fun of herself curtsying. So I don't know what these people... Oof. They probably have a plan to change the narrative over there. Alright. Oh, there's Omid. 6 years after leaving, Harry and Meghan are returning to Britain, but the script around them remain unchanged. Thank you! First piece for off-script, my take on media, entertainment, culture, and yes, the royals. Alright, so maybe I'll click on this. That's Omid, off-script. Okay, I may not read the entire article. Harry and Meghan returned to Britain, but the culture war around them never left. The Sussexes' lives have moved on. The narrative around them has not. Omid Scobie. Okay, one of the strangest things about covering a story for years is watching the narrative around it outlive the moment that created. Harry and Meghan's return to Britain may become one of the most significant chapters in their lives. You know what I'm thinking? Reading Omid's topic here, because all weekend there were a lot of noise about the Sussexes returning. There's even a picture Omid put of himself on a tweet. He didn't really say too much, but now that it has been confirmed, literally I think it was today, the 25th, it was confirmed in the magazine that they are returning. Now he comes and write a story, article about it. It reminded me when he was a royal correspondent, where he said because the other ones who keeps on making noise nonstop were somewhat, there was some sort of a jealousy. At the end, I skipped a couple things. He said he used to wait until they put their version of the event out first before he put his. Before, he used to put his and move on to the next topic, but they go after him. Because he was telling the truth. They didn't like his truth, his version of the event. So they used to go after him. So when he realized they kept on going after him, he stopped putting his version of event first. He wait until the royal rats put theirs first, and then he put his, because he will always try to his best of his abilities to put the correct information out there. So that remind me of it. Because he stayed quiet pretty much on the topic until now. Alright. There are still major questions ahead. What role Harry might take on in public life, whether relationship within the royal family can soften, and what this next phase will actually look like. But before any of those can be answered, the meaning of their return appears to have already been decided. That is true. What's this guy I went to look? James Holt. Where I look at in one of the videos I went to search for his name. Maybe, okay, because the Invictus is gonna be there next year. Maybe this is why he left first, to get things settled for him. Alright, and then they're gonna return. And you know, as I'm saying all of this, the thing that keeps on popping up in my head is that video that I did. It has been done before. So I just hope, knock on wood, just knock on wood. The other thing as well is that the UK, they work their butt off to make sure Harry, they get the Invictus and for Harry to return. So I don't know. Okay, I hope I'm wrong. All right, headlines and commentary have been strikingly familiar. The king was blindsided. They fell in America. They broke her their day. 6 years may have passed, but the characters in this story remain frozen, and the roles they were assigned long before the Sussexes even arrived in California. But Harry and Meghan themselves are not the same people who left. They are older, raising 2 children, building businesses and career independent of royal life, and relate to Britain differently than they once did. While carrying out research for a book in 2023, I was told that California was not intended to be their only base. It was, very interesting, it was the right home for that chapter of their lives, but their children's education and evolving priorities will shape what came next, including where they choose to live and for how long. The reality was always more complicated than the simple idea that leaving meant rejecting Britain and returning meant admitting defeat. I'll leave so far I'm liking the read. Alright, so I don't want this to be a long video. It's already long. You could read it yourself. It's true. Harry have always said he wanted Frogmore to be his headquarters, but the father took it away from him, so he can't be there. All right, Meghan, a global queen. Okay, you have the best voice. Now looking forward to your views. Welcome back. I appreciate the Yahoo write-up before. I like the title of script for your new platform. I guessed it. Can't wait to read it. Welcome back. Enjoy reading facts by a true journalist. Finally, eloquent commentary. Yes, Harry and Meghan have grown a lot in the last 6 years, but William and media have not changed at all. That is why emotionally they are back to square one. Alright, so there's all of that. Alright, let's move on. Next tweet. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I didn't even share that many tweets. This whole tweet, I should put it on my community board for you. Alright, next tweet. This is a TikTok video. Maybe this will be it, and then I'll do another video. Watch the video. Or into a bully, a notorious bully. Her husband had not one negative thing to say about Meghan. Everyone who has met and worked with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has only nice things to say about her. Meghan never bullied any staff in the UK, and writers from THR and Variety were paid to fabricate a US version of the lie that Meghan bullied the staff, treating them badly and made them cry, in order to make the story that she bullied the royal staff believable. The staff in the US defended her, and of course the Derangers didn't like that. I truly wish all of Meghan's haters, including the 2 from Kensington Palace, the worst in their lives. Let's see here. That's where they paid this woman to lie, to write lies about Meghan. Let's listen to her. Oh, it's not playing. 1:12.
I have a humble brag here, but I have like a 2-degree separation with Meghan Markle. My husband used to work with her on the set of Suits. Now, my husband, in my opinion, is a wonderful judge of character. Like, if my husband doesn't like someone, it's for good reason, and I usually trust his judgment. And he's also not the type to, like, gas someone up or hype someone else up for no reason whatsoever. He's very honest. And according to him, someone that knows her and knew her, she is one of the nicest, most genuine people. He had not one negative thing to say about her. And in an industry where everyone's nose is turned up and, you know, people think their shit don't stink. And my husband's not an actor. He was on the crew. And he said she treated everyone with not only respect, but she was just a sweet person, a genuine person. She was great to her fans. She always stopped for an autograph. She always stopped to talk to people. She was nice to everyone. And people like that don't just change overnight into some narcissistic liar. So, yeah. Especially when she hasn't shown that. But whatever. You're entitled to your imaginary opinion on someone. Bye.
Yeah, everybody who come across her always have nice things to say about both of them. All right. She exposes the British media. Let's listen to that. It's only 52 seconds.
Media inflames this. I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need to know.
and they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know, the flames are being fanned by the media. It's about how the media
Okay. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are, I guess, returning. King Charles will allow Harry to be working royal again under one condition. Alright, so that is it. Please take a moment. See, I just posted. Alright, let me see if anybody's seen it. I'm done with this video. May God protect them because, yeah, it's very dangerous over there. Alright, please take only 4 people, okay? Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. New subscribers, welcome. Alright, so that's it. The next video, we're gonna start with this tweet. And hopefully, I don't talk too much. Alright, I'll only have 2 videos. Okay, so this will be part 2. Alright, thanks for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
The love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together,
And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better